Hey everyone, so much happening in AI every day, so it's difficult to catch up. So I wanted to really talk about today about from Applaa what actually are the real updates so that everyone can able to find the bite-sized information and useful information. So we are Raj and Rahul, co-founders on Applaa, and we want to talk about this useful updates, what's happening throughout May today. So let's get right in. Rahul, you wanted to share anything quickly before we jump on?
Myself, Rahul Bajna, I'm the co-founder of Applaa, and I have 20 plus years of tech and AI experience together. So that's me.
Thank you, Rahul. Let's get right in. So there's so many updates happening from Google I/O, Anthropic, ChatGPT, OpenAI, as well as Microsoft. Let's actually get right in. Cool. So this is a big week. I would say big weeks in AI in May. There's so many things happening. So let's get right in. So obviously we have seen Google I/O has launched a lot of things this week, and I just wanted to make it useful information what it is for people, especially for students and young generation kids. And also Anthropic has released a lot of models as well, and especially Opus 4.8, and OpenAI has released 5.5 model, as well as Microsoft has got quite a lot also on their Copilot Studio. Let's go one at a time. So Rahul, it may be obviously Google has introduced a lot of features, so we will be covering key updates, on Omni and Spark, those kind of things. Can you able to share a bit about Omni?
Main Gemini Omni model they announced in Google I/O last week, and this Omni is really the greatest model you can say because it is a multi-modal thing. Previously, if you see for image generation you use one model, for video generation VO3, I know like that. For text model one model, and thinking another model. So Gemini Omni is the kind of multi-model. It can do anything. Like if you give a image and say create a video, it can create a video. And as you are showing, what it is doing is you give a video and ask to create another video based on that video. It can able to create same way for images and all. So one model can create different kind of content and creativity as well. See,
Amazing.
um,
Yeah.
also it is interactive mode. See, he's taking his selfie, but he's trying to change that to a cartoon. It can convert. It's really great model. Yeah.
Fantastic. So obviously Google also released 3.5 Flash as well, Rahul. So you wanted to cover any?
Yeah, 3.5 flash is it's more of a coding model, you can say. Basically, the thinking and basic coding activities, like in anti-gravity you code, right? You code applications and whatever.
Right.
Gemini 3.5 flash is the latest model, and they are going to release the 3.5 pro maybe next month, but
Yes.
as of now it is available in AI, Google AI Studio as well. You can go and try that out.
I think the key takeaway, Rahul, I think we recently realized that 3.5 Flash has got a great capabilities, and also they have made it quite economical, and also it's kind of, the default model for even.
Exactly, price wise, and
Yeah.
yeah, and also 3.5 Flash also kind of it's not pure multimodal like Omni, but it has multiple capabilities like OCR. If you give an image, it understands and it rethink, and it gives the results very fast compared to the previous model.
Perfect, perfect. Let's go to the next one, which is Spark. I think I'll talk about this Spark as well a little bit. So, obviously now we all see the personalized AI agents era, right? So everyone want to have something personal. So, we always have so many things like, calendar scheduling, booking some flights, doing some kind of catch up with homework. Everyone has it. So Google has released this Gemini Spark, which is a really good personal AI assistant, agent you can call as, where you can able to go and ask, like long running tasks, whatever you can do it in Chrome, it can actually do it for you. So which is really, really interesting. And also, of course, they're releasing it in a batch to kind of, subscription based in the US, and also it will simultaneously come to other countries, I believe. So watch out for, when it is launched in your country. And also, I'm sure this is the main theme of Google as well. I think the search is reinvented. I think I saw somewhere that they have completely redesigned the Google search now for the last, since 20 years, the search has invented, right, by Google. And I believe there are a lot of interesting in updates, as you can see from the screen, that, obviously you can able to go to YouTube video and actually ask questions. It's much more useful. And as well as, your search is also much more personalized now rather than giving the links. Is there anything else, Rahul, you want to add anything on that search side of it?
This is very good, right? A few months back, some of my friends were asking, like, if there is a YouTube video, and if there is something like, you pause it and ask a question, the video. I mean, example, the video is about an AI model, and you stop and ask a question. The video should, you know, start with your question, right? Answering your questions, like interactive mode. Notebook LM added this interactiveness for the podcast, but not for the video as of now. But I think Google is trying to make YouTube videos as interactive videos. That's really great.
Yeah, I think that's really amazing. I think especially a lot of people consume YouTube content as well as the search. I think that's really, really good direction, I would say, Google in that space. That
Definitely, the learning, the learning related features will change from now with YouTube.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And so let's look at what else we have here. So yeah, Claude, I think obviously we all know Anthropic. I think they've been just doing quite advanced stuff in obviously in coding and for developer focused tools. Rahul, if you can able to share a bit about Claude, the recent Opus 4.8 model, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, but I use a lot of Claude Code with Claude Sonnet 4.6, and Opus 4.7, previous model to Opus. It was very great at coding and all, but sometimes what it does is it just say the answers to please you rather than to challenge you to get the quality code. Now, Opus 4.8, added more honesty, means rather than please you, it's a honest answer saying that, okay, if we implement like this, you will face some problems in architecture in future, so try to implement in this way, something like that. It gives you honest suggestions, and also while coding also, it implements what best for that particular functionality or future. So
Yeah.
that's what they added. Yeah.
That's really amazing. I think I see also that it has got quite a lot of capabilities in terms of thinking, reasoning, and also obviously, as you mentioned, hallucinations and all those kind of things are just subsided, right? A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's really advanced, capabilities it has, especially for coding. This is the best.
Yes. And I believe maybe this is something also obviously extension to Claude, obviously managed agents, and also they're promising a lot on ad-free side of the things. Maybe this is something, Rahul, you use it almost every day, right? It would be great to add something. How do you see these agents coming in the limelight of Claude? Obviously, just a few thoughts would be great.
Yeah, yeah. Cloud Code, mainly Cloud Code. Most of the developers nowadays are know about Cloud Code, and using Cloud Code to code some applications, or some of the project they are working on. They are taking Cloud Code's help, and what they are doing is Anthropic is changing most of their processes inside Cloud Code and Cloud Cowork, everything as agents rather than one agent. They are giving 100 agents.
Yeah.
With the latest release, they are saying 100 agents right away. All are working parallelly, and delivering the work parallel. And even you can see what agent is working on what, like a like a view, agent's view. So that's what they're, yeah. He add advertising incentives and genuinely helpful. Yeah, that's quite new. Permanently ad free. Yeah,
I
maybe
think
for the free.
that's always a good idea not to have too many unnecessary things. I think that's also going the right direction. I think, yeah, that's
Yeah,
really well. Thanks for giving that insight about the code about how it's useful for most people to do quite advanced stuff to get the things moving, right? For sure.
yeah,
And let's switch to OpenAI. Obviously, they have got GPT 5.5 now, which is obviously, they say it has reduced quite a lot of hallucinations. Also, they're claiming 52.5%, obviously, which is fantastic. and I've
That's
used it.
massive.
I think it's good. And obviously, Rahul, you can also share your things. And I think one thing I wanted to really talk about is that they also made 5.5 as a default now for ChatGPT applications. Most people have pro subscriptions, I think, which is really good, I think. And yeah, anything else, Rahul, you want to add on
Yeah,
that?
basically, nowadays I'm using heavily Codex, OpenAI Codex. It's like a and Cloud Code, but from OpenAI Codex, very good one. And with this 52.5% of less hallucination means it's massive. Like while implementing a project, our main problem is it hallucinates and it excites and it implements something which you don't want.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to correct it again. It's a continuous process, right? But with reduced hallucination, it can at least build what we asked, right? So that's very much needed future for any AI model. I think especially for coding. Yeah, they code unnecessarily 2,000 lines, and after that it strips out unnecessarily 4,000 lines of unnecessary code cleanup, right?
And
So
it's
this is a
time
huge, yeah.
token. Yeah, yeah, totally understand. That's really great. Thanks, Rahul, for that. And obviously, I'm sure whoever is using OpenAI, obviously, you can also see for yourself. I think this is definitely better than it was the previous models. Rahul also is saying based on his recent experiences as well. So let's now look at obviously from Microsoft, they have got this Copilot Studio. Obviously, they have built quite a lot of advanced agentic flows. This will be really great, and obviously in the Microsoft, in the next in June, I think very soon they'll be updating this as well. So Rahul, you use this a lot as well, so on Copilot.
Yeah, yeah, my career also, kind of, we are Microsoft, based teams, and also Copilot Studio, especially, all Microsoft related agents. These are enterprise agents, like whoever is using Azure Cloud and Microsoft infra like Teams, M365, all those things, Power Platform kind of things. Copilot Studio is adding computer use. Like now we have Comet has this computer, right? So similar kind of thing. Now Copilot agents can use a computer and operate like a human, and they can do some task in a desktop. In a desktop, whatever you can do, open a PowerPoint and create a presentation. All these kind of things, Copilot Studio agents can do. In the new update.
Fantastic, fantastic. This is great. And like I said, there's so many updates happening. So obviously, we also been seeing it's so difficult to catch up. So that's why I think from Applaa, what we're doing is that we're making it easy so that people can able to find this bite-sized, useful information on a weekly basis, so that at least you can really see what is relevant for you. So Rahul, obviously you've seen there's so many updates, under the hood, right? So anything you want to add on? And how we can make it useful. And here I
Yeah.
think with
Yeah,
the use of the
nowadays, what I felt is, everybody is busy in their own, own space, and in their either study or work, or taking care of house, all those things. Following the AI updates is becoming very difficult, and AI is very fast moving, right? Previously 1 year of updates AI is giving in a week time. So it's very difficult. That too, 20 plus years of experience people also, it's very difficult to follow up. That's why, right? That's why we built Applaa, so we can able to streamline these things, and these updates, which can be really useful to the students to take for their advantage, right? So yeah.
Okay. I think that's a really good point, Rahul, you just mentioned about, obviously you see that we are co-founders of Applaa, right? So our mission has been really for helping students and kids to learn AI and coding and actually have the future ready skills so that they can able to build amazing things while learning rather than just, building without understanding the concepts, what are they building, right? So, and that actually, is the biggest question for, with so many updates happening, this is actually fundamentally what's happening. Where are the students are actually going in the next 5 to 10 years, right? The world we're entering is it's very uncertain right now, and as you can see, AI is displacing jobs, and students are also a bit concerned, and so the parents are also concerned about what they will be doing. And this is maybe if you're a parent, or maybe if you have a child, or maybe if you're a student already in a college or in the university, maybe you might see, I'm studying, what my future job role will look like, what I need to be doing. And it's I know it's just the transition is happening so fast. That's why we have built Appla, so that people can able to have this learning with confidence, building a lot of things actually from early stage. An example from almost from year 10, I mean age 10 onwards to at least university stage, so that they can able to start with some basics properly first, and then they move on to like having some really good foundation, and then actually build some really good confidence in projects and things like that as well. And here I can see from Appla, we've actually built Academy, which is AI Academy, which is really, really helpful for people to learn a lot of languages from very basics like Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, React, so that they can able to have the fun-based learning with lessons in interactive IDE. And this is exactly, we want to help them to be ready for the next generation, the future ready skills, so that they can able to, have some confidence while they'll be able to learn on. And just want to show you something very quick. This is exactly so much interactive. There are so many tools available, but people are confused in a way to go. There is YouTube there is other tutorials, and we have so much of feedback from parents and students that it's very difficult to catch up. That's why we have very simple from a very basic level to almost advanced level. That's how I think we have actually built in Appla. And Rahul, you can able to add also something here as well in how this will help the kids and students
Yeah,
to progressive
yeah.
learn.
Just to add on to your explanation, like the basics and all. See, they can learn things here, but if they get a question, they get a doubt, who will clarify. There is an happy buddy, right? So which is a personalized tutor for them. It stays with them, and it's keep answering, answering them.
Yeah.
If they get a question, they simply select and ask app buddy, so it will start answering them. You using AI, obviously, yeah.
That's a really great point, Rahul. I think this is where I think most people will say, okay, now what? I need to have a personalized assistant. Even Google has built this assistant. So we've actually built that in explaining
Very
anything what you want, right? So we have got this also since beginning. And that's actually, like you said, a personalized tutor for you. So you can able to ask any question rather than going to other place because it doesn't have the context, right? So we've actually contained everything in a good ecosystem of learning so that they can have that very progressive personalized learning. And we wish this for every student as well. So that's what I think, we want to help every student and a kid to have the greatest future with a very strong foundation, future ready skills with AI, so that they can able to be confident and get on with life as well. So with this, I want to say thank you for everyone who is watching our podcast as well as our videos, and thank you so much. And also Rahul, thank you for joining us also today.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you, everyone.
Stay tuned for the updates once a week. Again, yeah, feel free to watch our videos, subscribe, and let us know. Thank you.